Kobe Bryant was taken from the world far too soon, and as a result, now all we have left are with the memories that he put on the court and off. Kobe's career was one of the most successful in the NBA, and as a result, he proved himself more times than not that he is indeed one of the best ever. Though sometimes he had to show that to his opponents the hard way. Allow us to show you 5 times Kobe Bryant absolutely owned his competition. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 6. The 81 game. There are a lot of times that you hear of players in the NBA scoring a lot of points. You often hear of guys putting up 40 points, 50 points, and maybe 60 points. But to get into 70 plus, you have to be special. And of course, the all-time greatest is Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point game. But Kobe, he got closer than most when he faced the Toronto Raptors in 2006. A game that will forever be known as one of Kobe's most memorable nights ever. In what was dubbed a come-from-behind victory, Kobe went on fire and just started putting up shots on the Raptors. What started out as a simple attempt to get his team to win became a case of give Kobe the ball so he can shoot it. And seeing just how this score could go, and yes, it went high. Bryant finished with 81 points on 28 of 46 shooting, including 7 of 13 from three-point range and 18 of 20 from the foul line. And yes, Lakers won the game. It's a landmark in the modern era, something that Magic, Kareem, Larry, Jordan, and even LeBron have never matched. Not to mention there were no cameras at the game that had Wilt going for 100. So to see on TV Kobe going crazy and racking up the points, something that the Lakers fans treasure. Something that no one could take, or likely will take from Kobe in terms of history. He had the second most points ever in an NBA game. That's what you call domination. Number 5. The facial. Sometimes it's the simplest of plays that serve up the biggest of rewards. When fighting against the San Antonio Spurs earlier in his career, there was a moment where he went to the rim and just posterized defensive player Alan Jackson in order to get a sweet dunk. The reason this play is on the list is because it easily could have gone the other way and made Kobe look like a fool. Could have easily been blocked or missed the dunk, but he went for it anyway, and the crowd, the announcers, all of them were shocked that he was able to pull it off. Plus, this was Kobe when he wasn't too experienced, but it would be a move that helped serve him well in the future because he would most definitely go off on people and posterize them to oblivion and beyond. Number 4. Sensational play. There's so much to break down in this play, it's silly, because if you've watched the NBA for a good stretch of time, you'll have seen down the court passes to players who either dunk or do a layup for an easy 2 points, right? But in this play, Kobe had that happen to him, but he did it in style. One of the Lakers players threw a bomb pass down the court, which Kobe got, then did a behind-the-back dribble to fool the defender, and then for some extra flair, he went and did a 360 dunk. Think about that. He could have easily done a simple layup like many before him, or go and do something else. Or of course, choke or get blocked and on and on. But Kobe, being Kobe, he went and did something incredible and made a very memorable moment. Or as Spike Lee would say, that's Kobe doing work. Number 3. Life without Shaq. Not unlike many before him, Kobe's career can be defined by phases. Easily his most successful phase was when he was with the one and only Shaq. This dynamic duo was dominant, winning 3 titles together before dissension between them drove them apart. And for a while it seemed like Shaq was going to get the better of this breakup as he went to the Miami Heat and won a title with D. Wade. And it got so bad for Kobe that he even asked to be traded from the Lakers because he felt he couldn't do much more with them. So the Lakers doubled down, got some pieces like Pau Gasol and Andrew Bynum, and more for Kobe. Kobe went back to work. Took him a while, but he got to the finals multiple times with this new squad and won the NBA title twice, even beating the Celtics, who kept Kobe from a ring at one point. This helped prove that Kobe could do it without Shaq, and by the end, he had one more ring than him. Number 2. Windmill Slam.
Out of the target center. What a play! He might have just injured that shoulder a little bit more. The windmill slam.
If you somehow didn't believe us when we said Kobe had a knack for doing great plays like dunks when he needed to, we present to you this windmill dunk that he did during a game with the Minnesota Timberwolves. What makes this particular sequence so special is manyfold, not the least of which was that it started out as a regular play. The Lakers were passing the ball and eventually made it to Kobe, who drove down the baseline and went up with 2 Timberwolves defending him, and he was able to fake them out to deliver the windmill slam, as the announcer called it. Plus, he did it on Kevin Garnett, who's known as one of the best defensive players in the modern era, and he had to duke him and a second Timberwolf who tried to stop him, which proves a great point. Try as you might, you have to be really good to stop Kobe. Period. Number 1. Only Kobe.
And with 1-1 left, Kobe Bryant ties the ball game up as only Kobe Bryant can do.
Here's another classic Kobe moment, one that shows that he's good in the clutch, even when the pressure is immense. The Portland Trail Blazers were up in a game against Kobe and the Lakers, and they had a really good defender in Patterson on him. Wasn't giving him an inch to get a shot up, which not only did he made it with a swish. Think we're done? Nope. That shot was to tie the game, then it was on to the overtime. Portland was up by 2, and the crowd was chanting, "Beat LA," and that wasn't going to happen, because Kobe got the ball, made the basket with no time left, and the Lakers left as winners. Because Kobe comes through in the clutch. There you go, a look at times when Kobe Bryant absolutely owned the NBA, both in the small time and in the big time. Which of these moments do you feel was the best of the bunch? What is your personal favorite moment featuring the one and only Kobe? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.